Alrighty then. I've got Lionel's portable radio set up so we can listen to songs and programs, and the truck is all unloaded. This should be everything, but let's go through the list just to be sure. Want to read it off to me, Gabby?
All right. We've got 2 boxes of red bulbs.
They were around, there we go. 2 boxes, red bulbs.
Okay. 2 boxes of green bulbs.
Right here.
Hi, Miss Tabitha. What are you doing?
Gabby and I are getting ready to decorate the park.
Decorate? Why?
A box of silver bells?
Silver bells. Well, why not? It's Christmas time in the city after all.
I guess, but does anyone notice?
Sure. I see pictures of the park all the time online, especially around Christmas time.
I know my family goes for walks here all the time, and every December we get our pictures taken by the Christmas tree.
Oh, okay. Can I help?
I didn't think you were interested.
Well, I don't have anything better to do. Besides, it looks like you have a lot of work to do.
It will take the better half of the day, but with your help, I'm sure it won't take nearly as long.
Great. Where should we start?
I'm reading off all the decorations we're supposed to have. If you want to help Miss Tabitha find them all, that'd be great.
And while we're at it, we can listen to the radio.
Wow.
Wow, what?
If you take a few steps down the path, you can really see how much work we've gotten done. And it actually looks good.
Let me see.
How's it look, Gabby?
Kimberly's right. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Everywhere you go on this path, it looks good.
That's great, but we've still got a lot more to do before we can celebrate.
So what's next, Miss Tabitha?
Well, now that we've got the lights all strung on the poles, let's start with the holly bundles. Can you girls hand me up one of those boxes of hooks?
There are 2 sizes, big ones, and then there's these little ones too. Which ones would you like?
I think the first, Gabby.
Here we go.
You know, Miss Tabitha, you're pretty good at Christmas decorating. You could probably make a lot of money decorating for people.
That is kind of you to say, Kimberly. I guess I just had a lot of practice.
Well, how long have you been doing stuff like this?
Since I was very little. We used to decorate the whole house when I was a kid.
Like the whole house?
That's right. We decorate the driveway with lights that led up to the deck, the halls with boughs of holly, followed by the living room that had tinsel and presents and lights and even gingerbread air fresheners that you could smell as soon as you were walking in. A winter wonderland is the best way I can describe it.
It sounds amazing. No wonder the town hired you to do all this decorating.
Oh, they didn't hire me to do this. I'm volunteering.
You mean they aren't paying you?
That's what volunteering usually means, Gabby.
I knew that, but this is a lot of work. You deserve to be paid.
Perhaps, but it's only once a year. And besides, I enjoy it. I just think of it as my Christmas gift to the whole town.
But that's a pretty big gift. I know a few people who pay to have their houses decorated, and this looks a lot better than anything they do.
Well, I couldn't be this far along without your help. Speaking of which...
Right, holly bunches. Here you go.
Anything I can do?
You can start the next program on the radio.
Like this?
Do we want to set up the banners now, Miss Tabitha?
That sounds like a good idea.
Are they in this big box?
That would be them. There should be one with a Christmas tree.
Here's the Christmas tree one.
And then one with jingle bells.
Jingle bells.
And here's the one with presents.
I like that one. The wrapping paper is really fun.
Man, I wish Mr. Jacobs was here.
Who?
Mr. Jacobs. He's got a garage that all of us kids hang out at. He knows all about pretty much everything, especially if it's got anything to do with the Bible.
So, did you want to ask him a Bible question or something?
I was just wondering where the tradition of giving presents comes from.
I can answer that.
You can?
Sure. I have taught Sunday school for a long time. I've got a bit of experience in this sort of thing.
All right.
Now then, the whole idea of giving presents, specifically at Christmas time, is probably from the story in the Bible where the wise men brought presents to give to baby Jesus.
Oh, right.
Whoa, wait. I thought they were kings.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that comes from. Basically, from what I understand, the word the Bible uses, magi, tends to mean magician or advisor, people who were good at knowing what strange signs meant. The same kind of job that the prophet Daniel had long before Jesus was born.
Daniel? You mean like Lion's Den Daniel?
Same guy. A lot of people think that Daniel taught his friends in the East about the promise of God coming to earth. So when these magi saw a strange star in the western sky, they knew what it was about, and they brought gifts fit for a king.
The very first Christmas present.
You might say that.
You mean someone else beat them to it?
Kind of. The way I see it, the first and greatest Christmas gift ever given was Jesus himself. John 3:16 says that God loved the whole world so much that he gave us the way to be saved from destruction, his only son.
Well, when you put it that way, I guess you're right.
Speaking of putting things, where do you want these banners, Miss Tabitha?
I'm thinking starting in between those two poles would be best, Gabby. Let me go get the stepladder.
No problem, and I'll start the next program while you do that.
Well, girls, I think that's a good place to stop for now. I'll go get lunch and then meet Lionel here to set up the rest.
It looks good. What's left, Miss Tabitha?
Tall, green, triangular.
Oh, Christmas trees.
That's right. And if you girls want to help, is everything okay, Kimberly?
Huh? Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking.
No problem. It just looked like you were a little worried.
Not worried, just trying to figure out something.
Can we help?
We were talking earlier about gifts and how God gave us the best gift ever.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, but does that mean that any gifts that I want to give aren't good?
What do you mean?
Well, God gave us his only son to save the world. That kind of makes anything I could even hope to give anyone kind of small. Do you see what?
I see perfectly. No, it doesn't mean that. First, you must understand, even though we can't give as much as God can, it doesn't mean we shouldn't. Verses like 1 Peter 4:10 and Romans 12:6 say that God gives us all kinds of things so that we can give to others.
Like what?
Well, take what we've been doing all morning. You girls had a free morning, so you decided to use it to help me. That was a wonderful gift because without you doing that, I couldn't have gotten this far already.
And since you're good at decorating, you decided to help the town decorate.
Well, yes. Those aren't very big things, but the thing about gifts is no matter how big or small, if it means giving up something that means a lot to you, or if it helps someone who truly needs help, and you give it out of love, then it's a good gift.
Because that's like the gift God gave us.
That's a good way to think about it.
Well, I think I'm gonna go home. I've been out here for like 2 hours and I'm freezing.
Baby.
Hey, it's cold outside.
I agree. I'm going to find somewhere warm to eat lunch. See you girls later.
Don't forget Mr. Jacob's radio.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Don't want to lose that. I better turn that off.